Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be analyzing a game that took place in Toyco's Saturday Tournament Series. So how the tournament works is in each round, teams are divided into brackets of 5 times each, and those 5 teams play 3 games in a row. Points for each team are then calculated using their placement and kills, and then the top teams from each bracket, or 2 or 3 teams from each bracket, move on to the next round. So this was the bracket that I competed in round 2 of the tournament. It was basically just ridiculously stacked. Had 5 squads that I and many others consider to be among the best in the game. So it's a really competitive and sweaty game. I had a lot of fun playing them and wanted to analyze them to see what I did wrong and where I can improve, and to see the games from the other team's perspectives. I want to be very clear that the analysis in this video is simply my opinions, and obviously hindsight is 20/20. I'm not saying that I would have played better in these situations, or that these teams are bad for not playing the game perfectly. I consider everyone in the lobby among the best in the game. This is simply me reviewing the game and analyzing what might have been better choices at each stage in the game. I also want to thank Spicy Panda Potato Chip, Chris2DB, and VapeLifeYo for allowing me to use their footage. Please go follow them on Twitch if you are not already. Their links are down in the description. This took me a while to put together, so if you enjoyed it, please consider following the channel. So here's the bracket. These are actually the final scores after the 3 games. But you can see we have Team Cockwall, which was composed of me, Orzo, and Tech9 Jr. Then we have Team Winner Booze, which had Chris2DB, Bobby2Taps, and It's Danimal. Then we have Awesome Sauce, which had Technique, Depresso Catman, and Big Ben. Then we have M60 Burr, which had Z-Link 314, Stumpy Nub, and Austin 1056. Finally, we have Team Supreme, which has VapeLifeYo, Your Friend Mud, and Red. So let's hop right into game 1. Pods took off from above Cemetery. I'll be cutting between the perspective of each team in relevant moments and this bird's eye view of the map to show where each team was located when each zone was revealed and what path they took to actually get into zone. The beginning of this game was fairly passive. Teams were really just positioning for endgame, so I'll try to get through these first few zones pretty quickly. Here you can see that in red, Big Ben's team landed Cemetery. They hot dropped, took the predictable rotate right up to Outpost. Stumpy's team dropped about Center Defiance. They are indicated in yellow. Vape's team dropped Summit and Foothills. They are indicated in purple. Chris's team dropped in Complex. They are indicated in pink. And my team dropped in Observatory, and we are indicated in blue. There was almost altercation between Stumpy's team as they pushed towards Refinery and Vape, who was down in lower Summit, but they chose not to engage each other, and Stumpy's team continued to rotate towards Tower. Vape's team started their rotate out of Foothills and moved down towards Complex. Chris's team rotated right out of Complex to grab a drop, and my team just kind of stayed around Observatory collecting as much loot as we could get our hands on. So now we'll see some footage from Chris's perspective and VapeLifeYo's perspective. They talk a little bit about their strategy for the game and what they're expecting. Most teams were expecting a pretty passive game, as teams really just positioned for endgame, and that's what ended up happening. Now we'll jump into those clips.
Where's the play here, boys? Farmlands or what?
Yeah, for now.
Let's go farmlands down to Ridgeline all the way up to Cliffside and shit. Let's go. Yeah, like, there's gonna be a lot of hiding, boys. Let's play it really cool, like hug edge. We got them, boys. We've killed them all before. It's fine. We're fine. We got them. It's not too hard. It's just not fair because the other lobbies are so free. Yeah.
Like everybody in this lobby is on the same skill level.
This is the finals right now.
Yeah, this is the finals.
Play this
these games more passive because this lobby is so sweaty?
We can, but definitely
I think there's gonna be a lot of kills.
just don't be discouraged. Just don't be
I think there's gonna be
discouraged. We still need to play somewhat aggro. We still have to play somewhat aggro.
M60.
At the end of the day, they're
let's
just
go.
players, and anyone can fall to good positioning in an M60.
That's what I'm saying. We play. We don't just push everything. We just play.
Yeah,
position
just play
and whoever
smart.
Kills at the end game. Kills.
So here we almost see an engagement between Vape's team and Chris's team, but Vape's team decides to back off and continue with their rotate.
Right here, the squad. Should we engage? Don't engage. Don't engage. Move. Just keep walking.
The right one.
Unless we hit roof right now. You want to hit roof right now? No, 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 no. No, they're over.
They're coming to
I think they see us, boys.
around edge. We can keep wrapping.
Play cool, Mud. You're gonna have to come late, but they did get drop reminder. They could have gold ops and shit.
Try and ground walk as much as possible so they don't hear.
So that takes us to the next zone shrink. The zone here is indicated in red. We have Team Awesome Sauce in red, up hanging out in Outpost. We have Stumpy Nub's team, M60 Burr, that ended up around tower, and they're going to just kind of slowly push out into plains. Chris's team in pink was last around that barn, and they're going to spend a little time hanging out in plains, getting as much loot as they can before they rotate back to Complex Billboard. Vape's team knows that Chris's team is thereabouts, so they have to do the far left rotate up behind Complex to Ridgeline. And my team, indicated in blue, we just kept it hanging out around Observatory, looting up. We didn't really need to move yet. Next up, we're going to see a clip from Chris where he's discussing their team's rotation out in the plains and then back to Complex. Zones like this often end up on that back ridge line or in Observatory. So Complex is a really key spot here, because if zone shrinks towards ridgeline and Complex, you have the high ground, and if it goes to Observatory, you have a relatively easy rotate from Complex to Observatory using those rocks as hard cover.
All right, let's head. Once we're looted up, let's head back to Complex. That's our
Yeah, I
best
just need a op, and
best
I'm
place for
set.
zone right now.
I have 2 bananas, 6 shield sodas, a purple MP5, purple DT, and a. Let's see, go. Oh my God.
Yeah, go Complex.
I don't think we want to be the first to fight.
Definitely not.
And I think everybody's thinking that
We
same
still got
thing.
zone. We got such a good zone. I say we can hold Complex.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, let's
All fight
try
around
not
us.
to take unnecessary hits.
We got M60ers, right?
I have a gold M60.
Fuck yeah. That's
And I have
good.
50 shots and a sniper. It's good. So I can supply.
So that takes us to the third zone shrink. The new zone is indicated here in red. We just saw that Chris and his team were aiming to take Billboard, which they did. Vape's team remains in their little rock by Ridgeline. Awesome Sauce moves from Outpost to the top left corner of zone, and my team in Observatory, we now have to rotate towards Complex. Stumpy's team in yellow also starts pushing towards Complex. Now, this zone, when it looks like this, very often it'll continue to shrink back towards Complex. So all of the teams right now are probably thinking about how they can position themselves around Complex and really just move in on that location while not giving up any positional. So now that Complex seems like the pivotal location of the game, we're starting to see these squads move very close together, and as a result of that, we're actually going to see our first altercation of the game. We're going to see Stumpy's squad push through plains to Complex and be spotted by Chris's squad. It's going to engage them, and then Stumpy's squad actually rotated right into Complex and took control of the building.
Oh yeah, I hear him.
Oh, that's the plains
Right
guys.
There's a guy, be careful, there's a guy behind that thing as well. Not that guy, there's another one that's behind that cart
Yeah.
specifically.
Maybe we shouldn't be peeking.
We don't want to fight. We don't want to fight this first.
We just keep an eye on them. Just make sure they're not pushing up on us. Also keep an eye on the people They're head peeking? I think I heard someone to our left
I hit
as
this guy
well.
100. I hit this guy 100.
Alright.
Dude, I just so many people in this lobby are good with ops. And
I wonder if anybody's
we're
rolling
not in
behind
zone.
us.
We're not in zone.
Alright, so
Want to rotate back?
people
Oh, there's
right
down
there,
here.
yeah. So that's observatory.
Still 12
Here,
people.
this guy's running around. He's climbing.
We kind of have to take control of this
You want a whole
building.
building? You want a
Yeah,
whole
there's
building?
someone in there though,
There's
so be
a guy in
careful.
there. Yeah.
I would love for them to hold this the whole game because they have a team on all three sides of them, all pushing. Vape's passive, but Vape Red and Mud, but the other two are definitely pushing in. Yikes! Solid.
Yeah, he's trying to scare us
I'll
off.
just push them, all of them at the same time.
Yep.
Let's all just push him. Right? Beep, beep. Oh,
Hit
I got
160.
sniped.
Hit 160.
Fuck me, dude.
Awesome.
I'm dead, dude, behind you.
150. They have M60s. I'm grabbing your
Yeah.
M60.
Rotate out. Rotate out. Rotate out, Danimal. We'll revive Bobby and we'll take him towards us.
God, I'm sorry, guys. I fucking tried to drop down with you and they all peeked head.
You're good. You're good. You're good. Just rotate out. We're good. We have this rock over here.
At least you got that golden.
Make it for that follow, Devlin.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to eat a banana, maybe.
So there are a couple things to comment on in that last clip. Obviously having Bobby go down kind of killed the push that Chris's team was planning, and Chris quickly makes what, in my opinion, is the right call and exits the situation to rotate into planes. Stumpy Nub's squad here could have capitalized a little better by pushing the 3v2. When they have one enemy down, it's a really good opportunity to push the fight while you have the advantage. From the spectator view, I did confirm that Stumpy's team were all at nearly full health, so I don't really know why they didn't push it more aggressively. They may have had their reasons. Next up, we have a quick clip from Vape showing their team planning a late rotation around Complex, hoping that the teams in Complex are going to exit it so they can go by unnoticed.
Fuck you guys.
There's a big bike on. Too bad we're not part
I'd rather take the dub, dude. I tell you what, squads are only getting like 3 or so kills. There's not gonna be any 9 bombs in this bitch.
It's gonna be a weird zone too. Probably end up planes. We can probably come behind Complex like late. They're gonna push out.
So that brings us to the next zone. This zone was relatively unexpected for me, and if I had to guess, I'd think most of the other teams. You can see that everyone's kind of positioned around Complex, and now everyone has to make some decently far rotates to get to that observatory area. This new zone's also pretty interesting because there's not a whole lot of hard cover in the area. There's the observatory buildings and there's some rocks, but that's really about it. So we saw Chris's team in pink make that planes rotate. Stumpy's team is going to remain in that building for now. Vape's team in purple does make the rotate around Complex and just squeaks into zone by those rocks. And my team rotates to the left and gets up into those observatory buildings. Now we actually aren't going to see any fighting during this zone shrink. For the most part, everyone is able to get to the locations they wanted to without having to fight anybody. But the next zone was really starting to force teams to engage each other. The first engagement was my team actually pushing into Awesome Sauce. At this point, we really wanted to control that hangar, and we knew we were there. We also managed to get one of their players down with snipers, so we went to push the duo while we had the advantage, and it didn't end up going great for us, but you'll be able to see that in the next clip.
Oh! He just got his face wrecked. Riggedy wrecked. Riggedy, riggedy wrecked. Riggedy wrecked. He got riggedy wrecked. Riggedy wrecked. Oh, Tech's back. Oh, Tech's gone. Yikes. Come on, Tech, get him. I need some revenge, my guy. Some revenge. Tech, you god level beast. Love it, love it, love it. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh! It's 1v1. What you gonna do? Rez, go get it. Yeah, you getting wrecked over there too. Shit. Oh, he's coming up after you though. Look out. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh god, but Vape's on your ass. Vape and Red.
So as you can see, we made quite a few errors in that push. It should have been relatively easy to push with all three of us and take out the remaining two without two of our squad members going down. I personally was very focused on the one enemy down below the wall and was not aware of Catman climbing up on the armory roof to my right. Also, at this time in the game, I had opted not to pick up a DT-11, which was a big mistake. I had an MP5 out for close fighting, and in a situation like this, an MP5 is not going to cut it when you're facing a DT player like Catman. I also just jumped off the roof to try to do something to evade him. It would have been a lot smarter for me to just build some walls and back off, considering I had no DT. I was also not aware that Vape had taken up position on the satellite, so after I was revived, I went straight for the loot below me, and very quickly got sniped by Vape and was dead again. So this is the next zone. Here it's really interesting because it basically completely eliminates any of the observatory hard cover from consideration. And at this point, there are still 4 out of the 5 teams alive. There's a brief confrontation between Orzo and Chris TDB. Chris's team is still indicated in the pink box. They were kind of spread out at that point. I'll be showing that clip in a second. Vape's team also made some plays here. Vape was up on the satellite, Red was on the roof, and Mud was down on the ground. And they ended up being forced into that lower left corner of the zone, which ended up being a pretty undesirable spot. So let's jump into the clips. First, I'm showing you what happened immediately after my team had finished wiping Team Awesome Sauce, and Orzo was the last one alive.
Fighting. Alright, 4 squads, we pushing now. Oh wait, no, we have zone actually. We can, while they're weak though, while they're weak.
60 on him, killed.
Coming?
I need to grab this fucking gear.
I got one low. He was on window. I'm gonna push.
One's in here,
Pushing,
M60,
right here.
I'm 60.
Right here on me,
They're coming?
So in my opinion, this is the first mistake in this engagement. Chris correctly realizes that we are weak after our last fight and calls the push on us. He gets as close as a meter or 2 away from Orzo, as Orzo's trapped in that box. But instead of simply spraying down the walls with his AK and finishing Orzo off, he waits a bit, and that little bit of time was enough for Orzo to sneak out of his box by using a little gap by the wall and hide in between the shipping containers.
There's a guy in that box, Bobby. There's a guy in that box. Spray with it. Do you have an M60? Yeah, there is. I'm gonna spray it.
Austin's whole team is on me. Austin and Stumpy, they're all on me.
Try to get back to Danimal maybe. Fuck. There's gonna be people on the roof.
Oh my god, I got sniped from the hangar. I'm camping. We're gonna get too eager.
Get a hard cover, boys. Let's take that armory roof. We gotta get in. Get in behind, quick. Over here. Fight.
Has team been?
Right here, right here. Focus this guy on roof.
Yo, we gotta take that. Yo, we're the only team.
So here, Team Supreme has identified the roof of the warehouse as their positional goal, and Vape climbs up into the satellite dish. I think this is one of Team Supreme's larger misplays here. Vape does get an elimination by climbing up onto the satellite, but that choice has the downsides of him not pushing with Red to support him as Red moves up onto the roof. As well, there are still 4 teams alive, so 3 other teams out there, and Vape is now basically exposed in that satellite to every team that's in zone, and that's not really an amazing situation and not one that you really want to put yourself in, especially now that there are M60s. If this was preseason 1, he could have protected himself on the satellite with builds, but now, if anyone sees him up there and decides to spray at him, he really has no recourse.
Yo, someone's coming. Below me.
So as you saw, Vape did end up getting ripped by M60s and had to fall back to heal there. The biggest drawback of that is now his team is no longer stacked with each other. They're relatively far from each other. And because of that, and also because Vape had to deal with the attack, they aren't really focusing on where the new zone is and planning their rotations accordingly. They're just trying to regroup and heal up after that attack.
I'm annoying them. I cracked one.
On me, Orzo. Over here, Bobby. It's here, right?
Okay.
Careful.
Oh my god, I'm so low. I'm dead. I'm dead.
Fuck. Just hide, Animal. Just play for placement. Play for.
So this is really the last major mistake in the game. Here, Orzo's weak coming out of Storm, and Chris misses 2 DT shots on him, which is really unfortunate. Chris is one of the best DT players in the game, but you know, everyone has those shots where they just miss. This situation could have been avoided had they finished off Orzo earlier when Orzo was in the box, but it is what it is, and Chris ends up getting eliminated by Orzo, which lets Orzo pick up some loot and stay alive just a little bit longer, and Orzo actually ends up being able to out-survive Vape's squad, which ends up giving us 3rd for placement and a couple extra kills, which really helped us.
Oh, damn. Stumpy's team has got an interesting spot, but Vape's team has got zone.
Yeah, so I'm saying if you got behind the wall, you totally could. You
Dude. Orzo's team just won't die. They have done this res thing so many times. Oh, dude, if Tech can make it all the way around on him, this will be crazy. That'll really push this. There's still 4 teams left. Oh my god. Like 4 full teams left. Get it, Tech, get it! Get him! No! Vape's team reacted too fast. Oh, it's just red though. Oh, Vape's out! Vape's out! Let's see, can they pull it? Can Austin pull it? Oh my god. What? Oh shit. Get it. Get it. You guys deserve a victory dance. That was, look at this loot. Look at this shit. I love it.